definitely a quiet night. I could even suspect maybe no one will come on here tonight, which is funny because the title of the stream is now "And Then It Stopped," because what happened was it was pouring rain all but 5 minutes ago, and I thought, this is nice. This will sound so nice on the stream. You can hear it so perfectly. But then I got distracted and just sat and listened to the rain for a minute, for so long that actually it stopped raining. So I had to change the name. And then it stopped. Okay. It's a quiet night. And I was I was contemplating if I would come on after I sat and the rain stopped. I feel like I'm gonna what to do. I feel like everything best I came on here. And, like, I don't know what that is. I feel like I got was about I don't know, maybe no one show up and then someone so today I'm just like, it's almost like too crazy to even go. But it's because less that I have gone around that for in suffering and fear suffering. Feeling hard. I make this up, of course. I was like, well, when anything goes wrong, keep it open. Everything, and that's me. I don't care. Like if their instincts would be like hide things, impact the interaction I've had with anybody I've ever had. I noticed like, and you're the new people that I anymore have it, and like little sad. People are, they follow. It's okay. Everybody's different, and I'm very good. But the witch put from the she probably just can't hold it. She doesn't because Triplet's really funny, pretty good, and terrifying. I don't really sad before the pre and all 5 minutes. This video is see it's sad and they're not going to ooh, girl, bam, bam. Shake me like an electric eel, baby girl. Come on with electric feel. I've been listening to this song for like since I don't know when it came out, 2008. I still don't actually know the words. Oh my god, I didn't even think of it till right now. I said, ooh, girl. That's all you need to know. Shut me like an electric eel. Baby. Yeah, what is that line? Something about going home, electric feel or something. I don't actually know. Is there an incredible lag this evening? We were having some serious glitching and disconnecting issues last night, which was pretty funny. It's almost as if you could witness the things that happen in my life on a daily basis. So this was a really hilarious thing. This was like not a fun day for me. This is kind of like not funny. There was just so much. There's always so much going on with me, within me, around me, in front of me, with everything. And I don't get a break, really. Because as much as it's like, oh, try meditation. Do y'all know what meditation is like for me? I wake up and I know things that I didn't ask to be knowing and have confidence in things that I don't need to be confident in and like wake up and just decide to forgive. Like, I don't need to be meditating, actually. Please stop even suggesting it. Meditation got me here, right? And then everyone's like, okay, so meditation. Yeah, it's not going to work that easy. You relentlessly tortured for the, like, fuck. Don't worry about it. You'll never get like this. Spirituality is not necessarily contagious. It's inspiring. Okay? You cannot give spiritual awakening or spirituality, any kind of way you see it. You cannot give it to someone. You can forcibly indoctrinate people into things, which has been done unto us via public institutions already. Okay. So some people are more susceptible to those things. Organizations, societies. It's the same thing as like, okay, so people who are indoctrinated into public education as an institution. Okay. Some stick with it. They go to a lot of people stick with it, continue their education. From there, some go to university, some go to community college, some go to trade school. For people who go to trade school, that's it. Okay, because they're like, I understand the value of education, but I don't want to stay indoctrinated into it. I'm good. It's not to opt out. It's a different skill set. It's not a judgment, and I'm not putting it down here because it's more of a branch. Think of it like a tree, but my hands are just like this because I'm very tired. Okay, so it's a shorter path to get to a better place, quite frankly. Community college could go either way. I just want to quickly get a degree, 4 years, I'm out, or I'm going to keep going, right? So it's the fork in the road in between. And this can apply to anything. We're not specific to education, but it's the most common way to be, or to connect. What's the word? To have in common with the most common connector, I guess. I don't know. No, there's like a word. Most common collective experience. Most common collective experience. Is that what I'm looking for? To use this in this metaphor. So community college can go either way. Trade school is real short. Community college go either way. University, you're on a path already. You're like guaranteed going to be there for at least 6 years, pretty much, right? Like you could do a university 4 years, but why would you go to a university if you're just getting a 4-year degree, right? So then you like take on the extra 2 to get the next one, and then another 6 to get the next one. And some people go to school for like 20 years, and you're on this trajectory, and it's like this long path of learning, which is cool. Learning's cool. Learning's cool. But just because this person took this path and this person took these paths and this person took this path doesn't mean anybody got real any further than anybody else. Okay. That's just it. But then you go further than that, okay? You think why the choices they made them. This person said, okay, practical. This person said, optional. This person said, indoctrinatical. They were like, love it. Circle back. Do it again. Over and over and over. Gonna do this forever. And then when I finally graduate, I'm gonna get into a job that forces it upon me and do that for 20 years. The spiral. Again, this isn't a judgment or an insult. It's mostly a metaphor of the options. Maybe this should be a sigil. Oh, the book. Yes, everybody's so curious about the book. Where did I put it then? If everybody's so curious, where is it? Oh, wow. I literally looked up and there was 2 more views, and I said everyone's so curious about the book. Isn't that so funny? So it's you. I was curious. Also, who is Bleeding Mind? Oh, no, I do know. Never mind. Thank you for the follow. It'd be creepy if that was you right now. Am I that good? We don't know. No one ever tells me. Not no one. Some people do. They left. It wasn't you. Okay. Where is the book then? But I think there are new pages that I wasn't so excited about because I was like, it was kind of couldn't remember what I wanted to put in there. So I just was like, maybe if I write, it'll come to me and I'll remember. And I ended up filling like 2 pages that way. And I was like, I guess it doesn't look that great, but maybe it reads well. Maybe I did read it because I remember talking about the aesthetic of it, but maybe I didn't actually show it to you. Who's curious about what now? Sorry. I get that you might not be disrupting me and you didn't mean to talk over me because nobody's talking, right? So I'm like, excuse me? What? And it's like, what's that about? Hard to explain. Stay tuned in if you don't know this game already. It's whatever you want to call it. If you want to say angels, God, the voice, the whisper, whatever, psychic, kind of magic. Who cares what it is? It works. And I don't want to say I have undeniable proof, but I've said some things. Who's this? I immediately start channeling. It's like immediately somebody came on here and I started channeling them. So either it's kind of like either it's you are talking way too much about me, or somebody is trying to get through to you, and because you refuse to listen, this is like a deceased person, right? Somebody's trying to get through to you, but because you talk so much, you can't hear them. And whether you know it or not, you incessantly talking is you putting those voices out. And while you think you're putting in efforts to suppress a voice that you would fear is insanity, is actually just a relative ancestor voice of a deceased person saying, hello, are you listening? And you're going, I can't hear anything, blah, 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 and I just never stop talking. If I never stop talking, I never see my thoughts, and if I never hear my thoughts, I never hear whoever's trying to talk to me, and if I never address who's trying to talk to me, I never have to know what it is, and I don't have to know if I'm crazy or if it's a person, and I never have to change, and I never have to think of anything, and I never... Okay. So if you want to come on here, and you're going to act like that, then you're going to get your message. You have to know that. You consent to these things connecting. Okay, there's other ways to do it. This is another one. You cannot hear what she says, not listen, and then come around and say, yes, do it again. See, Nico's defending me now. Maybe that's why I was channeling. She gets defensive over me sometimes, somehow. Because she is the one who's helped me stick to my boundaries. Because she never did. It's so funny too because when I switch in and out, it sounds way crazier than when I just do a full-blown channel. And I know that, and it's because it's like I didn't expect to channel anyone in that moment. I definitely felt someone's like ancestors or relatives when you walked in. But then it immediately became Nico saying, she's like my spiritual bodyguard bouncer lady. But if you want to book a reading, you can. This is my website. There's a lot going on the website, but you go to the Mystico tab. You can look at the list. If you want to talk to somebody, if you want to talk to this person, you have to go pay for it. But you probably could just sit in the silence, in the quiet, and just quiet your mind and not put it out to call and do all these things. You'd just be quiet. You'd be able to hear me. And you wouldn't have to do this extreme behavior of never stop, never stop, never stop. Because you could just get your message and you could hear what I have to say to you. Now, I don't want to say it now because that's not how these things work. So once again, do it yourself. Pay her. Huh. If I could have one message to prove it was me for you, what could I say here? My dear darling do. Hold on. This purpose is near you. The purpose is near you. I don't want to say counter profit, but something similar to counter profit. It's not counterproductive though. And that was it. You got it right. So, yeah. Hold on. She thinks it's not the word that she knows now that it is. He left. Okay. People think I'm a salesman. No. I can hear everything. It's just that I'm not trying to convince anyone to spend time with me or buy from me or believe me or anything like that. It's just what I hear. It's just the activity that comes with your energy. Like you as the person who approaches me. Like anyone who approaches me. Okay. It's just like that. I think that's what's so intimidating. Is that I feel like okay. So the funny thing is they are not done. I don't know. It almost seems like so many different people coming through because the accent is a little bit different every time. This almost feels like it's leaning more into something not French, is something like that, yeah. But then it also feels like Nico. But then it also feels like I was saying something. So who am I channeling or what am I channeling? And it's almost as if someone is saying it about me, but then I have to say it, but I agree. And they agree with me. And that's why sometimes the accents are so rapid fire and back and forth because sometimes when we sit down and we have the intention to channel someone like Nico or I think the 27 Club night was the best night. That was just crazy. With Amy Winehouse was one of the saddest things I've ever done, hands down. And I've had some really sad readings and channel messages from people who just have experienced a lot, talked to a lot of deceased people. Amy Winehouse was the saddest thing I have ever heard and seen in my life. It's hurting so much. But that night was big. It was good. It was a huge flex. I can't even lie. It's crazy, right? It's just like the information that I can get is so like unfathomable. I don't know how to say. There's no word besides creepy. There's no word. I guess you could say it's like miracle working. It's like, some people see it as like an attribute of God, like Jesus talked to God. And again, I don't compare myself to Jesus. It's just because people ostracize me so much and talk down to me so much and hate on my practices so much, my go-to, oh, good, hey, thank you. My go-to example is Jesus because so many people follow him and practice his teachings and go praise him. And I just like to remind people, as an indoctrinated Christian, I do know very well that he and I practiced very much the same things. Okay, depending on whose Bible you're reading. And I'm not doing King James. Although King James does suggest that, yeah, there was some trans stuff going on with Jesus and his disciple men. Duh. Okay. Yeah. What did we decide the word for his buddies were going to be? Oh, because they were disciples. They were disciples. We know what that means now, right? Ellie. I thought they said I love you. And I didn't even see who it was from. And I was like, I love you too. And then I was like, oh, it's my name. Cute. Hey. Glad the vibe changed. Y'all, I had these two people on here like this whole time. It was 1 and then 2 and then 3 for a brief second, maybe 4 for like 2 minutes at the most, and then back to 2. So it was just like these two people just watching me in silence. Probably, sorry, I'm not trying to put you on blast to my friends here, but you see how it's like so easy to talk to me and I don't even have to know who the fuck you are unless you tell me? Like, you don't have to be so fucking creepy, but I know what I do is creepy. So I get being creeped out by it and creeping around it and creeping from afar because you're like, well, if I get too close, she'll hear me and she'll know. I already know. I know who both of you are and who both of you were. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, they're so weird. And now everybody else is here because you got your 20 minutes. And now it's time to fucking rock on. Now it's time for the show. Now it's time to party, bro. You're welcome. Love you so much. Thanks for being here tonight, everyone. Yeah, I'm a creep. They're a creep. Everyone's a creep. It's okay. I get it. I would be very curious about me too. I used to show up. I used to pull up to these like, oh my god, that's the thing. I can't even go to a party and not sit in the corner of the room. And for a long time, I didn't understand why. I would go to a party and find a literal like I would go, there was a time in my life, it was literally like 10 years ago. I was very into kind of studying physics because I wasn't really quite spiritual yet. Everyone's a creep. 'Cause I'm a creep. And you're a creep. And everyone's a creep. Why are we so creepy? Yeah, who knows? Anyways, sorry my mic is so like I was listening to a stream right before I started this. And it was just kind of whenever I get loud, it's like the mic's so bad for some reason. I think I just probably throw it around a little too much. I don't throw the mic. It's just when I gotta travel with it or like take it, move it, I gotta just. Somebody's cringing already in fear of what I'm about to say. And it's as bad as you might think it is. But it's not. It's probably worse than bubble wrap, if that's where your mind went. No, I just usually take some clothes that's going with me also and just fold it up and wrap it up and just put it in a bag. Because it's not because I don't know or don't care, but a little bit of both going at the same time. Okay. I'm bad. I'm bad. A little bit lost my shit today. It was mild and chill, but it was still kind of like an inappropriate moment, but it was pretty much a safe place, safe people, after hours moments, behind the scenes, if you will, in between things, because I'm still fucking going. Because sometimes it's just certain things put me over the edge or put me off, yeah? And I have to take the time to get right. Not get gone, but get right, It's not like, oh, this triggered me, I gotta go. Oh, this triggered me, I gotta settle down, figure out why this triggered me, figure out what I need to do because this triggered me, and talk to the person who did the thing that triggered me. Okay, cool. Easy. Only when you say it. Well, I walk the talk. I mean, that's why I say it with ease, is because I've done it. Not with ease, not with success, not with, the audacity, maybe, but not much else. Not with anything but good faith and some hope to go with it. No, I mean, it doesn't seem easy at the time to make the decision. But it comes with a lot of rejection to choose love, to choose healing, to choose getting better, to choose to admitting your own toxicity. Because the thing is, when you admit that you kind of, no, like, that's kind of what this conversation is about. So let's just hang in there. It's kind of like a lot of rejection. Hi, baby. So it's one of those things where you're like, I can do these things with ease, but the results, the waiting, the patience, the energy, that's maybe what's difficult, okay? So I can stay up for days. I can work endlessly. I can keep going. I can bounce back from anything. Does that mean I don't need to take time out of my day to cry? No. Do people think that I don't? Why? I'm so openly candid and honest about all of those things. I've cried on stream. We know about the hormone stuff and everything. It's not like nothing hurts me just because you gotta keep going. Okay? Yeah, follow me. I know that sounds silly, but just do it. I mean, just do it. It shouldn't be a difficult. Sorry, what is that about? That's weird. Because when you said I'm so lost, I'm in a hole, and I thought, yeah, follow me along, like follow along, or go look at my Instagram because I feel like you do. I feel lost as fuck, in a hole bad, need advice to get out, blah blah blah. Well, I was like that, and then I did it. I was like miserable every day. Nobody realized or noticed. This wasn't even long ago. And the people around me knew too, and we all tried to cope. No one was really super happy with anything that was going on. So it's kind of like, okay, no, I get it. That's cool for a minute, as long as you realize it. Okay, so you realize you're lost. Good. You recognize that this is a hole. Bad, but at least you recognize it. You want to get out. First step. Perfect. Okay. So, you don't tell me, but analyze this for yourself. Maybe you should be writing. Yeah. If you seriously, especially kind of for the people who are dealing maybe with kind of like an addiction of some sort or something of that nature. No, I'm saying take notes right now. Sorry. I'm sassy because I've been spending all my energy on everyone and getting very little in return from some, but not others. So it's hard. It's almost like teeth curled. Oh, sorry, yeah. No, but get your pens and papers, okay? Especially if you're dealing with addiction, if you're dealing with a bad living situation, if you're dealing with a relationship, shitty something, any kind of abuse, a home life is wrecking you. Did I just name like the 6 things everyone's going through? Come on, keep going. Put the pens down. No, put the pens to paper. Perfect. Okay. Stop. Okay, don't control what people do. I'm not teaching you magic. I'm telling you, take notes. I'm giving you advice on if you feel lost, how to get out of a hole. Or no, wait, those are the 3 things. For when you feel lost or at the bottom of a hole and want to get out. If you're not all 3 of those, fuck off. Go. You're going to ruin it. See, somebody left. They're like, fuck this. I'm going to listen to this. Yeah, and guess what? I'm going to rip a bong, bitch. So, you know how I said 6 things that people are going through? I listed 5. Naturally, right? And then the 6th person was like, I don't need this shit. Da, da, da. Oh, they're back. No, just kidding. Come on. It's totally random person. It's not even the same person. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Cheers. You're weird. Yeah, and queer. What's your point? No. Sorry. Not just you. I'm sorry. When I was talking about number 6, I wasn't talking. I knew it was not you, Jezza. I knew it wasn't you. Sorry. I didn't mean to make your mental worse. When I went on that little tangent, you were, I was not trying to make those comments towards you, but one of the lurkers. My bad. I don't usually talk to my chatters that aggressively unless I warn them a few times that it's about to be that way. Okay. Okay. Right. Going back to what we were saying. Okay. You know, they say not all All who are lost wandered, right? Like some people are just like this, and then they're like, wait a second, where the fuck am I? You ever been driving and like you know where you're going, but all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, when did I get to this point in the journey? Was I even just driving? I was driving, right? Like I was driving. Like kind of like I was driving, right? Because everybody has those moments, and you're like, holy shit, should I even have a license? Like everybody just kind of blanks out. Y'all ever y'all ever think, no, that's right. Where you're just like driving, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, got somewhere super fast. Yep. Oh, it could be midday. Yep. Look, we all have this experience. We also associate time loss, inexplicable time loss, with what? Huh. Okay. Because as long as you're busy and you're undistracted, they can work their magic. Ah, you maybe don't believe in the dead people, but you believe in the extraterrestrials, and so now you're hooked. Because you're like, okay, because I have thought maybe that was me, and I have thought maybe I was I don't know who this is for, but that's what you are so curious for. You did not have to hear all the other things, but if you hear something, it could be anything. It could be a guy, it's up to you. That's why the accent's indefinable. There are people that watch over. That is true. Do they like you? Of course they like you. They sent you me. Because, yes, a little bit. Oh, okay. Um, Next thing on the docket, going back to being lost, right? So you don't always have to be wandering to get lost. You don't always have to be like, I don't know what I'm doing to fucking lose your way. Because get this, man. I have been wandering for decades. But that's only because I came out of the womb knowing exactly who I was going to become, and what I was going to be. Did I get gaslit around every corner for every day, year, and decade of my life since? Yes. Because people saw this confidence that I didn't really have in knowing that someday I would be that. Like ridiculously young. And at points I'd lose that along the way, so I just wandered because I was like, it's not ready yet. It doesn't really make sense. I don't really get it. I know, but I don't get it. Right? That's what the little book is about. The be forever always. It was me always knowing. Like, oh, okay. I am that person, aren't I? Like I had this inkling, and then I got to be 17 in that electric forest being like, yeah, okay. Like even when I was a baby, I knew these things about myself. Right? I could always see myself. I have always liked the things that I liked. And it was after that point I reverted back to many of the things that I once had. Right? And some people call that childish, but I was getting in touch with my inner child. And now, get this, y'all. Oh, okay. That's great. Feels too much like Harry Potter to me. Anyways, sorry. Oh, better not be J.K. Rowling. It is fucking Pride Month. You did not come on here and quote J.K. Rowling. I know you did it. I know that ain't no Harry Potter shit. I know you did not do that. Okay. Yeah, you didn't, right? Okay. There's a pause in the chat. There's a delay in the chat. It's annoying. What about that? Okay, so wandering. I knew what I was doing, but I was not ready to do it yet. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know why I was going. Okay, good. Oh, the actual. Okay, because that's the. She uses that in the title of the British version. So I was like, tell me this isn't like direct from Harry Potter. I got you. That's so funny. Thank you. um, because yeah, fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Harry Potter. Fuck J.K. Rowling. You can be fucking transphobic and then literally not even be like, people are allowed to like my art and not agree with me, but instead would say, you're agreeing with me if you buy my stuff. That's ew. Like, that's where it's like, oh, y'all choosing not to hear that is why we live in a corporate driven capitalist society that's literally failing before us. Like, just so you know, yes, you fucking freaks who are obsessed with your Disney, obsessed with your Harry Potter, and you need these like big castles built for you, and you perpetuate these things because not only are they spewing hate, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You are perpetuating this. You are the ones who are spellcasting. You are the ones who are saying, yeah, this is okay with me to be owned by something so gigantic and enormous that it has ruined society and destroyed the planet because I like it, because it's a core part of my identity, because I never decided who I was, because I was lost the whole time I wasn't wandering. Bitch, that's why I'm such character developed, not character development. I might be your character development, don't get me wrong, but my character is developed. This is day one. This is like 21 years in the making at this point. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't just like swoop in and be like, yeah, this is cool, I'm gonna do it too. No, you isn't. Because trust me, you didn't walk down that road. You didn't bleed the blood that I did. You didn't break the bones that I did. You didn't kind of like run the mouth and get smacked up for it. Yeah? It's too late. You can't now. Because I already did. Because it took a long time to do it. And goddamn, if it's a waste of time, so be it. But I'm just going to have the same confidence I did when I was 3 years old and said, yeah, I do want to be an artist. Or the time I was 10 years old and said, yeah, I want to just be a diva. Or the time I was 17 years old and thought, maybe I could be as good as Hunter S. Thompson. Better even. Right? But I never actually did anything about any of those statements, did I? I just kind of acted one way and then would go do another thing and then da 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 da. I always knew. I just didn't always know how. Who I am has always been a part of myself, right? So this is kind of your trajectory. There's no specific notes you're taking. You're not supposed to transcribe everything I say. You're supposed to write down what resonates in case you are holding a pen and wondering, how much of this am I supposed to be writing? As much as you can take later. Okay. Okay. And then write okay. Huh. Okay. It's been okay. Okay. I actually listened to a tarot reading today that said, stop saying okay. And the funny thing is, I don't, except for when I'm streaming. And I sit here and go, oh, okay. And it's almost as if somebody else does it. And so when I heard it in my reading, I was like, oh, that's weird. I only do that when I'm channeling. I only do that when I'm streaming. Oh, why would I stop saying it then? And I think it was to say this. Yeah, it's because of you that I do that. Do you not see it in my face too? Yeah, I can feel it. It's silly, isn't it? Isn't that funny? Oh, okay. So let it be your reminder and not mine. 4242 is the answer, right? You kind of have to be mindful of me. Huh. You kind of have to be mindful of me? What does that mean? Um, distracted. I mean, genuinely, right now, I was distracted. But that is to go back to the conversation of how problematic your personality is, just because of the stuff you like, yeah. Such as franchises, corporate conglomerates. I'm not even talking about, oh, I really like some, rapper, or I really like some movie. Oh, that's so problematic. No, but if you're sustaining the Marvel franchise, that might be questionably a part of the same line. Yeah, okay. So it's the blind mass of wanting to be a part of something, wanting to be in the collective, wanting to be popular, wanting to be in the know, wanting to be pushing for the winner, the number one. Okay. That common mistake not only is a bit of a narcissistic game to make everything a competition, from box office sales to master tickets or whatever they're called. I meant Ticketmaster, but sure, fucking master tickets. All this fucking bullshit, right? It's like you're just being elitist. You're just paying your hard-earned dollars to piss poor fucking rich people, right? Because it's like, if you already got all that money, why are you asking for so much more? And I get performing for a lot of people is really overwhelming. Same, girl, I'm psychic. 444, right? 4. I can't go anywhere. I never could. you know? Okay, yeah, I love that actually. I totally resonate with what you're saying. I was thinking about this like before the stream. And how I'm starting to see how easily people can use their energy, or are unconsciously being used by things, maybe, of their bodies. It's so nuts. Like, I just experienced something today that was so weird and I can't even talk about it. I'm like, nope. This is a whole new level of what in the actual goddamn fuck is wrong with y'all. But also, I gotta get a little bit more. Y'all ruined it. Now I'm about to. I'll still be streaming and I'll still be running my mouth, but I won't be as candid as I was before. I shared all my secrets with you all, no more. That's it. You can keep writing me off as some, like, weird art whore, but, joke's on you, because that's Cult 44. Yes, I'm working on a... What? It's not an accurate number or anything. But it's the song. I say, Cult 44, and I'm a whore, so I got big stories. Yeah, no, Yeah, I got the... Sorry. Somebody's cracking up with me, I think, yeah. I got the whole chorus and a few parts of the verses. It's great. It's fucking great. No, it's great. It's great. But, okay. Love it. Insane. So good, though, right? Oh, freaky brain. So good. Mind blowing. Because you wouldn't believe how exhausting and exhausted. Like, I literally am getting like 3 to 5 hours of sleep every day for weeks on end, and then I sleep 14 hours for like 3 days, maybe tops. And then I might get 8 hours for a couple days, either or. And then it's just like 3 weeks of this, like, it's not even like I'm unhinged though, because you see how like I can get really relaxed and like still be functional and with it and do so many like tasks and stay on top of things. Because I don't really need it, and I am self-sustaining. I am truly self-sustaining, right? Like, as a person, as an energetic person, I don't really need interaction. What I'm noticing now is, because I always worked in the public, like in service, and only withdrew from it since COVID. Now, when I go out and do it again, I notice how much I connect with people. like on that level, like on the psychic level, where I'm like, oh my God, no wonder my behavior was always so fucking erratic and I'd get overwhelmed and I wouldn't be able to do it. Part of me wonders how much of me is kind of like that way, and the other part is just affected by the things that people think rather than say. But people who are trying to perpetuate this idea that that doesn't exist for me, okay, crazy. Or people who just are unknowing or don't want to be exposed or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like, hi, Tommy. Yeah. 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 Right. And this is all human experience. It is my human experience. And it's like, I get people denying it. And trust me, I denied it too. And people who wonder, like, if it's so hard to do or whatever, because some people view my life as, like, all fun and games. And it's, like, so hilarious that I can do that. And it's so cool. And, like, oh, life must be easy if you could just know what people are thinking. But you can only take it at face value. Otherwise, you get accused of being crazy. If you are so dead set, I know what you're thinking, you can say it once. Well, I warned you. I told you. See it for what it is yourself. Witness it yourself. You want to fucking deny me? Go ahead. Go ahead. But you're going to have to realize it eventually. That, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm not the only one who does it. Some of us just do. Some of us don't. Some people, I think, grow out of it. Some always have it. Some learn it. Doesn't matter. Maybe everybody's got the capacity to do it. Some of us practice. Maybe some people are more secretive about their practice. That's fucked up. To me, that's fucked up. What the fuck are your morals? No. Okay. It's Gloria. Gloria gets so mad at me when I do this stuff because they're like, Experiment 603, what are you doing? Oh, God. Right. Like, everybody's got something, right? But, I'm trying to, like, process your question. Is telepathy like empathy? Same thought, same time. It's so much more complicated than that. Sometimes it just depends. It literally depends. When people are very contemplative, I know it. Okay? So if I ask them, are you upset about something? And they go, oh, kind of. And then I'll know exactly what it is that they're upset about. If they're contemplating something, right? So somebody came out here, I got raided by Tarot Lady in a church, right? Ew, I hate that. Telepathy, gross. I'm a holy man. I don't play with fucking. God. Sorry. She's a tear in my heart. She's on fire. She's a tear in my heart. My desire. She's a bushel on a farm. And I'm higher than I've ever been. But my taste in music is your face. And sometimes it takes someone to come around and show you how. She's a tear in my heart. I'm a liar. She's a tear in my heart. There's a fire. I don't know the words. It's just like they all rhyme. I can't figure anything. I don't mean the holy men of old, but the ones of the 60s, you know? 50s and 60s. But hi, sorry, Momo. I didn't mean to ignore you, and I love you so much. Thanks for stepping in. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Um, so sorry, we got so many conversations going on. Here's the thing. Telepathy indicates, so when we think of telecommunication, right? If we are communicating, hear me out. I think the reason I cringed at this word, girl, the whole earth is like 1 billion years old. The 60s was like a lifetime. It's this lifetime. Anything within 100 years was like recent. And then like anything within like 300 years is like kind of like old, but like still recent. Because any kind of time period with like humans speaking English or whatever other, well, no, because a lot of languages that people speak modern day are very old languages. Some of those would be considered ancient, right? Like what's really old? Like it's planet Earth. Like there's trees older than the 60s, right? Like no, it was not that long ago. It was not a long time ago. Do not exaggerate. Time is exactly. That was like a baby ago. That was like a kid ago. You know, like no way. The 60s was just not even. It was like just now. Like, gosh. Okay. Oh, I make you feel so young. Why? Just because I have the fountain of youth within me? What is your secret? My secret? In order to stay young, you must be young. Okay? And here's the drawback. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I look like a child. I act like one too. I dress like one. I'm goofy. Everybody assumes I'm immature, assumes I'm childish because I'm childlike. I have my wonder in my eyes. Somehow the innocence has never lost me, and somehow people wrong me, and I go, okay, I would like to believe they're not wronging me, but instead making a mistake or acting out of fear. But they could be a bad person, and I have to accept that part of them too, because my fear is that they are a bad person. And I'm going to have to just accept that and maybe move forward in a different way if that is the case, yeah? But I'll be as patient as I can because I understand how it is, and I'm very intimidating in the way that I can hear everything, and I hate it just as much as everyone else does, okay? But what do you want me to do? Shoot myself? No way, man. What the fuck? No. 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 Nobody wants that. So, gotta cope. I gotta cope. I'm realizing that I think I can take on so much work because when I'm working by myself, I can't. I might have some disruptive thoughts of people thinking of me during the day. But if I don't have to interact with anyone else, then those disruptive thoughts don't bother me as much. When I go into a crowd, I'm like, it's still fine. I don't mind it. But oh my goodness, it's like I don't even realize it's going to affect me until it already did. Oh yeah, I have to sit back and be less of a bitch because Carl's a bitch. If I did write a song, I can't work on originals right now. Well, the rap songs are like originals, but just on someone else's beat, because that's like what's easy for me right now. But um, I did write something about that. If karma's a bitch, then I am a hoe, and you will the day you perpetual soul. I don't remember. I'll eat you alive and swallow you whole and make sure you never come back home. I'm up to no good and I think you should suffer for what you've done. I don't know what beat we talked about, but no. The answer is no. I wrote that a long time. I probably wrote that like 2018, and then just I don't make music until right now. This past year, I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll try it, and I'm like, oh I like this, and nobody else does, but I'm cool with that. I'm like, whatever, I enjoy it. I've listened to my songs I think more than anybody else has, and I just like you know, I could expect that of myself and my life because it's how it's always been. I'm the only one who's ever liked my art, and I'm the only one who's ever liked my outfits, and I'm the only one who's ever kind of liked anything I did. Um, thank you. Um, but it's okay because I like it. So I keep doing it because it's enjoyable and it's soothing to me and it helps soothe the things that ail me. It's a lot easier to cope when I'm singing, but still I cry sometimes, yes. I get overwhelmed with the energies around me. So many motherfuckers want to down me. Kendrick, thank you. Anyways, we are talking about being lost. So you see, I wonder, and I am never lost. So perhaps if you feel lost, you must go wander. You must go yonder and you must go wander. I think that would be the best advice when you feel lost. Now, holes are trickier because first, I think good to know for you, what is the hole? Okay, because there are some holes that I don't mind being in, right? A rabbit hole, a good rabbit hole, some conspiracy or something, into it, right? Oh no. Um, yeah. Or don't go back. So there's that, right? Go on a little journey, do something out of the ordinary. But if you're in a hole, you have to know why you are in the hole, what the hole is, and why to make you uncomfortable. Because I think the first part of a hole is acceptance. I am in this hole. Okay. I'm at the bottom of a well. The well's empty. I can't get out. Is that a paranoia thing? Because I've been there, bro. I don't know what you mean by foxhole, but I'm like, that sounds like a paranoid thing, and oh man, those are the worst. Kind of energy? I don't know. There's a delay in the chat, y'all. There's literally a delay in the chat, y'all. While I was doing that, they were sending this message. Oh my god. That's so crazy. It's just so silly. It's just like people are so afraid one of my gifts, but it's like it comes out in these ways, these little things. So cute, right? Nothing to be so afraid of. Just be honest, be you. If you try to not be who you really are, then it's hard. It's too hard. Um, it's okay. I have to accept what is. And I will learn it, and I will get it, and I will accept it, and I will have to. Because I have to, not because I want to. Yes. Sometimes you have to not prepare for rejection, but accept that it could be your outcome, right? I'm preparing for success. I'm preparing for acceptance. I'm preparing for, yes, love, abundance. However, just in case. So, when you find yourself in a hole, figure out how you got there. Worst part. How did I end up in this rabbit hole, this foxhole, this grave hole, this glory hole? Girl, I can't tell. I thought the answer was everything all the time. You just put love into things, right? No, some things are like, ew, I hate love. I can't love. I don't know what love is. I'm scared to love. What the fuck? You realize you're miserable and refusing love, right? You don't think that's a fucking correlation? Go off then. Go off and find happiness in a different way. How, even without love, which is the key. How without love, which is the key. Now, people think love, okay, well, I don't want to be in love. I don't want to be attached. I don't want to be committed. I don't, that's annoying. I'm actually gay, so women need to leave me alone because women trying to commit to me is fucking gay, bro. Women make me fucking miserable, and I'm not gay. It's just that women suck. What's this about? Somebody wiping the sweat off their forehead or something? What is this motion? I don't get this. Is this like a scratching of the head thing? Smearing? Smear campaign? Pull back the veil, pull back the bangs. Pull back the bang. Pull back your bangs. They're already pinned back. I don't get what that was for. I don't, unless somebody else was literally doing it. You know what I mean? So if I was saying something while I was doing that and you were doing that, that message was for you, obviously. And if you don't get that by now, then like, yeah, okay. So, anyways, maybe that's how we get rid of our wrinkles. We just do this. That's great. So get this. I'm painting kids' faces all day, and I had paint all over my face. Okay, my hair was pulled back, and I was like 6'5", and the makeup was coming off by this point because this was like late in the day, 6 p.m. when we end at 8. And this young lady, I don't even, she was a child, but she was like 16. So I was like working with kids all day long, right? But she was like 16 and pale as fuck. And I was like, you're roasting the sun right now. You need to remember to wear your sunscreen all the time. And she's like, oh, I think I put some on. I don't know if I had any, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen to me right now. Put on the sunscreen. And I was like, how old do you think I am? And I'm like, you won't hurt my feelings. It's okay. Like, how old do you think I am? And she goes, I don't know. I would say like, maybe you're like, I wouldn't say that you're like not more than 20, but you don't even seem 20 to me. I was like, yeah, well, I'm over 30. So you gotta wear sunscreen. Like, wear the fucking sunscreen, homegirl. Wear the sunscreen, okay? It was so fun. It was darling. I was like, listen to me. Okay, yeah. It works. Pale, 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 yeah. Right. Right. Aren't you 26? I thought we talked about this. I might be confusing you with someone else. You just had a birthday, turned 27. You're 27. Something. I'm not guessing. I'm recalling, so that doesn't count. But yeah, I just remember. Yeah. You were 26 when you started following me, and we celebrated your birthday, and we did the whole 27 Club reading, which I brought up earlier in the stream. And you're like, oh my god, I'm panicking. It's like, you don't need to panic. You're going to live to be like 333 or something like that. So, fuck it. I think that because I'm morally aligned, people assume I'm morally righteous. Because you would think that if I have standards for myself, then I would expect everyone to live the way that I do. But really, it's more a code of ethics that I require people follow rather than a code of morals. I have to roll the ads right now. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay. What are we, one. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that I'm thinking the correct thing. Are people who fear what I do and fear me, they just, they have to make fun of me, they have to push me away. It's been in the contemplation these past few days how long I've been this creepy. Or I talk to some kids, certain kids, throw me through a loop. Okay. My best friend, she's 3. She's been pranking me since day one. And I'm like, girl, how are you like so funny and always know what to say even though you can barely talk? She's great. But she's just got that knowing about her, right? So I think back and I wonder, when I was her age, I wonder if there was people in my life who I would say things to that were like really on point. And they would be a little more thrown than I would be now because it's what I do, right? And so that perspective is just, it's not damning necessarily, but it's interesting because it's kind of like, doesn't matter. I had a whole train of thought just now, and I was like, I don't need to share, right? We're trying to do less personal details because fuck y'all want to fucking harass me and stalk me and shit. So, nope, no more. I can't anymore. I'm like, damn, people ruined it. It's starting to affect my life in too many ways, and maybe I've just been too obvious about things, but I don't know. It's creepy the way people act around me sometimes, and then I'm accused of being like this fucking horrible person because of like this thing that I've had to live with my whole life. Been ostracized for forever. Yeah, okay, it makes no difference if it's another person or another group or another fucking job I can't do. Like, what difference does it make? None to me. I'm pretty used to it, and it took a long time to really recognize because I started getting a handle on the PMDD, right? And still have a pretty good handle on it. Starting to recognize how I've overcome it and everything, and like am able to kind of have a life all of a sudden, which is cool. I think kind of following my path, going towards my purpose, goals, dreams, whatever you call it, and also alternative medicine routines like we've talked about definitely help. But there's also this realization in that there's this aspect of similar behavioral traits that come with not being overworked. I don't know how to explain that. I don't really have a point of overwork. I only have a point of over mental work. And I don't mean mental like using my mind, because that, again, I have pretty much no capacity for that either. It's other people's mental greetings, right? So like other people's airway frequency, hearing other people, that's the only thing that drains me really these days. The only thing is that sometimes I have brain frogs so bad that I can't like function, can't work, and then I'm bleeding, and that's why I have no capacity for a workload, is because I have to take days off, just bleed out. So when I can do it, I just am like, yeah, sure, yeah, keep going. I might have to rest here and there, maybe cry a little bit, just get it all out, keep going, but I can just keep going. Energizer Bunny. Don't know why. Just like that. I guess it's funny. Thank you. I'm a time traveler. How did you know? That's right, Genie, bro. Duh. I'm a time traveler. Let's go. How would you explain it? Any better? Saying psychic is it better than saying time traveler? Okay. Good point. Yeah. Good point. Okay. Psychic maybe is better. And then, I gotcha! You thought you didn't like psychic. You're like, well, there's worse things. Yes. Because being beautiful is not an option. It's a gift. Comes from within. Comes from loving. Comes from a place of understanding and empathy, I think. Buying your looks is such a silly thing because they never last, you know? Can't. Because beauty is an eternal thing. Cosmetics aren't. Nice. Cute. The fuck are you? No, come on. I'm so fucking over it the past fucking couple weeks though. You know, sometimes I really muster up the fucking thought that, oh my god, today was weird. I had a weird day. But then I gotta stop myself because I'm like, weird few days. And then I'm like, weird week. And then I'm like, do I say this every fucking week? And most people are like, oh my god, this week dragged on. This week was so slow. This week sucks. This week, I just gotta get through this week. I just gotta get through the next week. It's such a depressing way to live. Me, I'm like, well, goddamn, that was interesting. Today was totally different than yesterday. Yesterday was the same thing as the day before, and yet they were completely opposite days entirely. I can't get over it. It's so much fun. So much fun. Because it's just, yes, I have sacrificed many things in my life to kind of get the chance to explore myself in this way. Sure, okay. That's not for everybody, and I'm very lucky it's for me. It's just the dawning. What's that song? I'm just thinking Tsunami Bomb, Dawn of a Funeral Day, but I'm thinking something else. The dawning. Age of Aquarius? I don't think that's what I was thinking of. No, it's Nico, right? What is this song? Velvet Underground, Dawning, 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 Dawning. And Sunday morning. How did that take me so long to think of? It's just a wasted feeling by my side. Early dawning, Sunday morning. It's just a wasted year so close behind. Watch out, the world's behind you. There's always someone around you who will call. It's nothing at all. Sunday morning. Sunday morning. That sounds insane. What I'm thinking in my brain. I've been thinking it all day. And I question it because I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. No fucking way. What does it even mean? Metaphorically? Physically? No way. Some people are like, oh, well, if you smoke weed and weed is a mild hallucinogen and you think you have psychic powers, do you now think that it's just because you smoke a hallucinogenic drug? No. I smoke the weed so that the messages I get come through on a nice, easy, monotone level that is chill for me and you, instead of getting overly passionate every single time something happens, even though It's not a perfect science, and sometimes we do get a little overexcited and yell a little bit. Everybody's full of shit. Everybody, 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 everybody. Does Ted Just Admit It sound like Tom Sawyer? Because I've been singing the instrumental of Tom Sawyer my entire life. And when I went to just go do the fucking with Ted Just Admit It, can that be that here? Somebody loves that. I know, it's definitely the, yes. I know. It is impressive because I don't play instruments, yeah?